Hey everyone, this is Crystal Lee, aka the Clinician Coach, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to set your fees. So I see this question a lot in different therapist Facebook groups, and sometimes my coaching clients ask me about this too. And it's hard because a lot of times you're not comfortable talking about money, you're not used to being paid a fair wage for your work, and there's just a lot of emotions, complicated emotions around setting your fees. So I'm going to take you through a multi-step process which hopefully will take some of the emotion out of it and just help you see this as more of a data-driven, number-driven process. So before we dive in, I just want to make a little note about who I am and what the Clinician Coach is. So I'm a business coach that helps people build businesses that are passion driven, but that actually fit their life instead of the other way around, because I find a lot of times we've been socialized by grad school, our profession, to sacrifice a lot and to really make our business the priority and fit our life around our business. And I think that's just kind of BS. So that's kind of my philosophy. And so I'm hoping that, by giving you these free tips and advice and support, that you're able to really build a business that really fits into your lifestyle. So before we start, there's 3 things you need to figure out first. How much do you want to earn annually? So I'm talking about net. How many weeks you want to work a year, because working 52 weeks out of the year probably isn't all that healthy and isn't all that realistic either. And then how many hours per week do you want to work? So that usually comes out to how many clients you want to see, but not everyone does like 1 hour per client, so I just want to make it more about hours per week. All right, so now that we have our 3 numbers, we're going to do some simple math. I want you to take that first number, which was how much you want to earn net annually, and divide that by 0.7. And the reason why you want to do that is because people are going to be paying about 30% in taxes. So you want to divide your net annual income by 0.7 to get your, ta-da, gross annual income. And I know some of you might be thinking, oh, but what about expenses and all of that? Don't I need to take that into account? And you do, but the math gets a little more complicated because some of those expenses you're going to be able to write off, like as a tax break, and some of them you aren't. So it's just a little simpler to do this. So just humor me here. Okay, so second step is we're going to take the number we just got, the gross income, and divide that by how many weeks you want to work, because that's going to give you your income goal per week. So this is how much you want to earn per week. So then you take your income goal per week and you're going to divide that by how many hours you actually want to work per week. And that's going to give you your session rate. Look at that, just a 3-step process and you figured out what your session rate is going to be. So now let's try this with some real numbers to kind of make this seem more concrete. So say net you want to earn about $100,000 a year. And I know this is going to vary widely depending on where you live. Like in LA where I am, $100,000 is not going to cut it, but that could be a very generous salary for other people. So let's just, for ease sake, just say $100,000. So you divide that by 0.7 and we get our gross annual income of $142,857. Okay, and then say we only want to work 48 weeks per year, or maybe realistically we're only going to work 48 weeks per year because you have those winter holidays and then you take into account a summer vacation. So we figure out our income goal per week is about $3,000. So your income goal per week is about $3,000. And you say you only want to see 20 clients per week because you know if you do more than that, your brain is going to turn into mush. That's fine. So your session rate comes out to be $150. So some of you might see that number and be like, oh, that's a really great number. I like that. And others of you might be like, oh my goodness, that feels like too much because you've probably been paid maybe like $30 an hour at a nonprofit or something like that. So just embrace the number because this is how much you need to charge in order to pay your bills and live comfortably and be a quality therapist. Because if you are struggling to make a living, imagine how present you're going to be for your clients and how much time and energy you're going to have to give to your clients if you're stressed out all the time over finances. And I know some of you might say, ooh, but $150, that's way too high for my region. You know, it's oversaturated. Everyone else is charging $125 or $115 or whatever. And instead of lowering your rate, I would actually encourage you to think of how you can market yourself, position yourself, brand yourself, what unique value proposition you have, so people are going to be more likely to pay the rate that you need. So for me, I actually charge a little bit more than what the average psychologist charges in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is a pretty saturated market, but people pay my rate because I do something unique that other people don't do. I provide in-home sessions. So people are willing to dish out a little more money and pay my premium rate because they really desire that unique value proposition that I have. And then I also have a specialty in neurodevelopmental disorders in adults. So there really aren't any autism specialists for adults. There's a lot of kid ones. So when people come to me, because they need that specialty, they're willing to pay that premium price to see me because I am exactly what they need. So just think a little bit. Think about how you might be able to position yourself or market yourself so you can charge the rate that you need to charge in order to make ends meet and live comfortably and not feel stressed out all the time. All right, so hopefully this three-step process worked for you. Let me know if you're confused or have any questions, or if it worked and you're happy with what your rate came out to be after doing all the math. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. All right, thanks, bye. So for those of you who aren't watching this on Facebook, I just wanted to give a little shout out to our Facebook group, Build a Thriving Practice. This is where I provide free resources and support, and there's also just a really cool community of other psychologists and therapists who are going through the same thing that you are. And it's a great place to get some, emotional support, but also bounce some ideas off of them. It's a really cool group. I hope you consider joining us. But thank you again for watching the video and hope to see you soon.